do just a couple of minutes. We are going. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Adrian. Happy birthday to you. Hooray! Hooray! Hooray!
So I will say something. Nearly 60 years ago, I met Adrian. And since then, we celebrated together every year in lots of places in the world. And on his 65th birthday, we had a party in Canberra. And our dear friend Andrew from Melbourne came to Canberra joining us for the celebration. And the 66th birthday, we're in China, the Great Wall. And last year, on his 69th birthday, we were in London. And
Melbourne this year is a bit of a downturn.
And maybe listen to now. In China, we always say 70 years old is a treasure of life. And in Melbourne, Adrian spent most of his life here. And can I ask everyone to raise your glass to Adrian and celebrate?
Should we start?
No, thank you, darling. No, wait. Yeah, no, thank you.
And thank you, everyone.
Thank you, darling. Wendy's original language, as you might have noticed, is not English, and didn't she do a great job?
Yeah.
Not bad.
Now I'm in trouble because I'm embarrassed. Not a time for long speeches, even though I've got 70 years from which I can draw. I can't believe that, 70 years, bloody hell. But it's really fantastic that so many people were able to find some time to come and share part of the day, part of the occasion with us today. It's really interesting. I go around and pretty much all parts of my life are covered one way or another here in this room. Not surprisingly, those of you who know me, a large number of the people here have a scouting link, but not necessarily everybody. It's interesting, and I know you will all appreciate it. It's particularly nice to be able to have Joan and Michael Baden-Powell here. Most of you will know that Michael is, of course, grandson of the founder. And somebody much more worldly wise than I once said that if it hadn't been for the Battle of Mafeking, at which Baden-Powell, of course, was the hero, we would have all had a lot more free time. By projected genealogy, Michael, we blame you for the fact that we didn't together.
What a lovely thing to do.
But seriously, it's really great. Scouting links, I can literally go back and see people here from each of my scouting journeys. I've got a former scout and senior scout here. I've got the youngest daughter of a very dear family friend. The youngest daughter, father was group leader, mother was an active supporter and then later club leader. And Alan and Harold were both scouts and senior scouts, and I worked actively with them. And all they never wanted to be was a scout.
I wanted to be a cub agent.
Oh, you wanted to? I stand corrected, and we wouldn't have her. She just had the wrong gender. All these years later, Lynn is Region Commissioner. So what goes around comes around. Dear friends from Canberra, when we moved to Canberra, there's Ken, I lost Katrina, there's Katrina over there. The best game show production secretary that's ever born and bred. Dear friends from, first of all, 6 Ringwood and then first Maroondah, that we've done lots of stuff. So there's a very strong scouting connection here, but also a lot of other friends who don't have quite the same scouting links. bloody little Irish bugger over there, grinning away. Trevor and Judy Donnelly, who have come up from Traralgon for the day. Dear friends, and so glad you could be with us today. Dear friend who walked Kokoda track with me 6 years ago, and we're talking about other adventures into the future. Probably one of my oldest ever friends, scouting link as well, but we were at school together, haven't talked the pair of us. I blame him for everything because he's 7 months older than I am. Doug Edmonds, originally kind of with a scout link, but Peter Barker and lovely white cat who... what are you?
Yes.
I don't know how to describe it. And I could go on. Oh, and of course family. I can't ignore family. my eldest daughter, my youngest daughter, she's got out. With son-in-law Owen and Marnie and Milroy. Just fantastic to have you here. And I've lost all the grandchildren. You've seen them. Oh, they're over there. Where I stand up. Come on, you're an important part of this. Christian and James and Matthew. Give a round of applause to those. And Juliet apparently has left with a mother for some reason. I'm not quite sure why. But that's all. That's really all for me. But for one thing, I have to make a comment about this wonderful cake. Marnie and Milroy offered to make my 70th birthday cake, and which is something they do so well, and I very gratefully accepted, and I had no idea what they were going to produce, and this is it. And those of us who enjoy kayaking have no doubt had a look. It's just wonderful. I do, however, have a couple of complaints. The kayaker is wearing a Collingwood shirt. That's good. Unfortunately, in a very, very poor concession to their son, he's wearing apparently an Essendon cap or something. and to the great and on top of that, to the great discredit of Mr. Moore over there, he's picked up the red, white and black together, so he gets a version too. I just don't think that was all fair, but anyway. And here's youngest grandchild, Juliet. So she says, happy birthday, grandpa, too, don't you, darling? So, sorry. This is not a time, as I said, for long speeches. All of you who know me think that's great, so thank you later.
You've done pretty good.
Thank you for... Pitch.
We just thought we'd let you know because none of our weddings this time.
70th birthday is not the occasion to get your own back, darling. Seriously, thank you so much all for coming. Thank you for your gifts, and please continue to enjoy as long as you can and are able to. So, thank you. Oh, I've touched the bottom, I have to kiss the nearest girl.